Yeah. 100,000 miles of nothing, but you still gotta move. Gravity isn't a gift, it's a negotiation. Simon, the frequency. Listen. Yeah. Artemis II, 4 souls in a silver shell. Orion's the cabin, but the vacuum's a narrow cell. A closet of titanium suspended in the black, with no room for a treadmill and no room for a rack. The body is a building and the 0G is a thief, stripping the calcium from the bone, bringing structural grief. So they brought a little motor, a flywheel for the floor, generating resistance right behind the hatches door. Strength and cardio in the box that's 6 feet wide, converting the inertia into a rhythm that's inside. It's the torque against the void, the geometry of the strain, building your own weight in the middle of the rain. The stars are a window, but the wheel is the truth, keeping the marrow from the hunger of the youth. You can't stay strong if you don't feel the pull. The void is empty, but the effort's gotta be full. Yeah, resistance is the anchor. I've seen many smaller boxes than the NASA flight, holding on to the dignity in the middle of the night. I spent my life looking at the load-bearing stress, knowing that a structure is a hollow thing, I guess. Unless the tension is balanced, unless the pull is real. In space, the skeleton starts to forget the feel of the earth under the heel, the red clay of the yard. The marrow starts to thin when the breathing gets hard, so they pull on the cables, they spin the magnetic steel, reminding the bone that the struggle is what's real. My father used to say, on the sites where the wind was cold, the smallest gear is the one that has to be the most bold. He spent 40 years pulling weight out of the Chicago mud, knowing that the effort was the only thing that kept the blood moving through the heart and settling in the feet. The lever is just the physical form of hope you see. You don't need a cathedral to find the capacity to stand. You just need a point of resistance and a steady hand. The wheel turns, the man stays, I already knew. So they sweat in the silence, they burn in the dark, using the centrifugal force to protect the spark. The flywheel is a heartbeat, a mechanical prayer, answering the question of how much a soul can bear. When they finally touch down and the ocean takes the weight, the flywheel is the reason they can walk through the gate. The soul requires the resistance to maintain the lane, to keep the internal frame from becoming the stain. 100,000 miles out there, checking the clock, doing the heavy lifting while the stars start to mark. It's the torque against the void, the geometry of the strain, building your own weight in the middle of the rain. The stars are a window, but the wheel is the truth, keeping the marrow from the hunger of the youth. You can't stay strong if you don't feel the pull. The void is empty, but the effort's gotta be full. 96 pounds of resistance. Check the load. Human geometry, it never lies. Simum.